Wow.
So let me just say that these questions have been sent in via email, via text, and via social media.
Okay.
For not just individual, just for all of us to answer as we want to. So I'll go for the first one. I'll just go down the list. So you all have deep roots in gospel, reggae, and global music. When House of Fire formed, which of those influences felt most urgent to bring forward, and why?
Well, obviously it's got to be reggae music, first and foremost, because we're all entrenched deeply in the reggae music scene through everything we've ever done.
Yeah.
I mean, even though I've started from gospel and so forth and the likes of, I think most likely, the first time I got it really excited was when I was playing the bass going, you know what I mean? That was the vibe, so it's always been reggae music for me. And the way that we're collectively writing as well.
Yeah.
I know that all three of them could touch, it's like hot.
That's why I have the aircon on.
You know what I mean? So, it's got to be reggae music.
It's always got to be reggae music.
But then we've got a tinge or a hint of that soul vibe, because I don't think I'm not going to want to do anything that's going to be too heavy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a political band as such. Even though we've got to throw a little bit of our own ideas into it. But I'm more into lovers rock, because I want to make everybody feel like they're having a great time. So you know that summer vibe.
How we make it through the night was.
It's love, isn't it? We're dealing with love, peace and love.
Well, absolutely. And I think the thing with reggae music as well, like you're saying, taking it away from the political stuff. We don't want to be too political. It's about having a good time in it and just chilling, and that's what we're kind of doing as well. Having kind of reached a certain demographic age-wise, I think we're just enjoying each other's company and making good music.
I think going back to the question, I think the reason why it probably hasn't started from either gospel or soul, I think we fuse that into our music anyway. Especially from your background, Dennis, and you know, when you're approaching certain elements of chord progression and structure, it's not just coming from what you would typically hear in a reggae song, is it? It's coming from a different sort of branch, you know?
No, absolutely.
We're all up for pushing the envelope on reggae music, to put in more than what the average reggae song might have in there. And I'm up for definitely want to get into because I know you love the one drop or the lovers rock, which is a very British thing. But it's how does the British thing express itself through the rock steady and the rock pop, the heavier elements of reggae music. So it's kind of using some of those elements where they might not be used on certain tracks. For me, it's about pushing this as far as commercially acceptable.
Pushing the envelope.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, you talking about that for me, the reggae side of it is still an education for me, because before being apart with Ali and stuff and Astro and going away and touring, I didn't reggae music, because I'm a soul boy, I'm an R&B boy, so being introduced to the reggae, all I knew was UB40 and Bob Marley really, and John Holt. I never really explored reggae music as a whole, so it was kind of having a new whole load of music just thrown at me, different styles, you know. It was like Christmas all in one, do you know what I mean? So you're learning this new stuff.
Was it scary for you?
Yeah, man, really scary, because I'm this white boy that's just thrown into like a huge reggae band and then touring all the places where a white boy shouldn't go, you know what I mean? No,
What are we doing, lads?
Asian. No, but you know what I mean? I did shit myself. Do you know what I mean? Going to all these places where you shouldn't be going, you know, and kind of keeping up with everybody that's been doing it for donkey's years.
What was that? Was that the same when you was playing with Culture Club, or you know?
Well, that was kind of really quick. That was just like a depth of fill in, and I mean, most of my career has been kind of jumping onto different kind of musics to adapt, and like rock music, pop music, soul music. But the reggae thing with Ali, it was the discovery of it more than anything, and enjoying it, being a session musician, but enjoying that job and staying with it, because most of the time you do it for 3-4 months and then you be on to the next thing. So to stay with it for 12 years, that was the experience then, and then touring and seeing different cultures and the different reggae music within like Hawaii or the South Pacific, and how it changed. You know what I mean? It was different and special to them as well compared to like British reggae music that I was used to. It was all fascinating, you know, for me.
But I think that's a big point though, because I think when you go to a different part of the world, all of us have travelled, and we can go somewhere and you see how people receive the music in a different country. Yeah. It makes the actual music just have a different meaning to you.
You appreciate it.
You appreciate it.
As a touring, you get to see other sports acts when you perform. And there'll be other reggae bands that come in. And so in South Pacific, their style of reggae music is quite similar to the British. It's further away from Jamaican, and it's closer to the British style of reggae music. But then they've always got their own take on it. The chord progressions, as you will understand, that could be slightly different, or I'd say sometimes be even upside down or kind of wacky, because you know what I mean. But they work, unbeknown to me why, but it's still a great thing that reggae music still has gone that far wide, and people can take their own and make their own twist on it. And we're probably getting away from what we're trying to say here, but they all get their own twist on the take on reggae music itself. So
it's really strange, because when we were like in our teens, I mean, I came out of church. I didn't go into heavy reggae music, but I ended up hitting with the Bobble Free band, which we were in. So we were like, we were sweet 16, 15, 16, 17 years old, doing our version of what we called reggae music, you know what I mean? But we
that was fused with so much stuff then, because that was fused
with
popping
out.
Career.
We were trying to put all
Level 42, you know, it was
all had mad chords, but a bit of a reggae vibe. You know, we used to even copy the good records of the day. There was a certain artist like
John Holt.
We
used to play Natasha's nightclub, and you know all of the.
But do you think I mean, even at that point, that would have been what, the 80s?
Yeah.
Reggae music had only been around really. I mean, it's still only like in its infancy then as well, isn't it? It was still developing in a sense, different genres.
Well, you had all the stuff, all the what had come before us. So when we were like in the 70s, you had that fusion of reggae music, ska music, mixed with
blues and ska.
So there was a whole bunch of mixing and mashing coming through. Then you had a very specific sound coming out of Jamaica in the 80s. More of a digital sound, more hardcore digital sound, that next to the dancehall, the early 90s. I mean, there was one point where the style was to sing a tune in one key while the record was in another key. Sanchez, Frankie Paul, they would do that, and it was like, you know, I'd be in the dance, I'm hearing the bass is in B flat, and the man's in like, he's singing in E sharp or something, he's in another key, and it's like, actually, that's right. You know, with a little bit of a drink inside it, that actually he just rock into this thing. And I thought, wow, this is mad, this is absolutely mad. So being hit with reggae music that my dad used to play, then hearing stuff on the radio, then going to blues nightclub and hearing it loud, and then going to Hummingbird and catching a taxi crew live from Jamaica with Freddie McGregor. Well, my ears are pinned back on. Now I'm hearing reggae music being played perfectly, and it struck me, this is as heavy as rock and hip hop. It didn't strike me as that going to the clubs and stuff like that. But once I started going to those big concerts and then I saw the power of what reggae music does, that was it for me. It was like,
well, I think that for me is exactly what Tony said, is the fact that when you do get the privilege to go and play in different countries, is seeing how live reggae music affects the audience.
It's amazing.
Do you know what I mean? And you can see on their face, you know, wow.
When I started travelling to Europe with the likes of Sugar Minor and others, again, to see these massive, huge crowds in Europe wanting reggae music, which I didn't experience that in the UK. Do you know what I mean? So you've got this image of reggae music. It's love, but there's something suppressing it. There's all this, racism, this, all that kind of stuff. you're in this economic, social bubble in the Midlands, and then you get the opportunity to go to another country, and all of a sudden there's 20,000 people that don't look like me, who are cheering and want reggae music, and you suddenly think to yourself, oh right, so there's something going on in reggae music. It's absolutely huge. And
I think the perception of that, ideally, the idea that when we get out of the country, people like to listen to live reggae music, is because they don't have the same influx of reggae music that we get in this country. See, I can go to a dance, I can go and listen to sound systems, whereas back in the 70s and 80s, if you went to Europe, there ain't going to be no dance, there ain't going to be no nightclubs and play around reggae music, nowhere. It isn't going to be like that. It is going to be about live bands, it's all live music. So they get drawn into the live acts more so than sound systems and so forth. But like I said, back in this country,
I think in Europe they appreciate it live. More so.
Again, I say that.
There was a very big culture of sound systemage going on there.
Oh gosh, you can't deny the sound system. You can't deny the sound system. Europe, America, Japan, the Asia, the sound system thing is definitely huge. But
Japan,
it's you knew that once you experienced what was going on in Europe and outside, you knew that reggae music is a worldwide thing, and it's more appreciated outside the country, being played live than it is.
I think it's
inside
more than
the
just the
country.
style of music as well to these people, because you can just see when you perform it live, and when you see the support bands or whoever else is, you can see it means so much more than just the style of music. It's personal. It's
They get totally ingrained.
You can see where Bob Marley says you can see where Bob Marley says it's a medicine. It hits you and you feel no pain, and you actually realise it when you see the response of the people to reggae music. Do you know what I mean? And these ain't people that are going out there doing a Rastafarian lives of normal, paying their mortgages, going to work, bringing up their families. But to see them love reggae music, and it does represent love. It's the one music that is so close to representing
absolutely
a oneness.
a
coming
well, it's
together.
a vibration, isn't it?
It is,
It's a vibration.
Right. So I guess you got more.
That was a huge question.
I tell you what, I hope who was that asked that question? That was a bit of a long one.
That was Veronica from Dunstable.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
oh wow.
There you go, Veronica.
And she's only 31.
She's only 31.
31, so she's slightly older than us in the band, but she knows everything.
This
Anyway.
questions that they're there, this might take longer than the 40 minutes.
I
Maybe you can answer them like that.
I think
You
so.
don't put a cap on it.
We need to.
I think
2 seconds. Let's get back to our session, guys.
I think we should have to abandon that now.